Many of Virginia City's wealthy elite built beautiful homes in the 1800s with their mining riches. But one stunning and allegedly haunted Victorian-era mansion stands out above the rest. Welcome to the Mackay Mansion.
The Mackay Mansion is actually the longest standing structure in Virginia City. It was built in 1859 by George Hearst. A lot of people think it was Mr. Mackay, but it was not. It was George Hearst himself. And so we are celebrating this year 164 years of it being existing.
Congratulations. And it survived fires and everything. So it's pretty impressive that you have all that still standing here.
Yes, indeed.
And what is so special about this particular room that we're in right now?
This particular room is actually the original office of the Golden Curry Mine. George Hearst actually ran that business here, and eventually John Mackay did. So they operated like 3 mines out of this office, so a lot of business took place. A lot of potential investors came through.
So all the miners too had to come and report.
Correct.
As well.
Yes, that's correct. Right behind us, we have this roll-top desk right here. This actually belonged to Mr. Mackay himself. This is where he would actually work and conduct his business.
How special.
Absolutely. It's a very special piece that we have here. We have an actual human skull.
A real human skull.
A real human skull. It is in the display case because it was discovered in 1880s on the property here of the Mackay Mansion.
Old.
Very old. We believe it to be a female skull. We actually have named her Veronica, believe it or not. We kind of do that here at the mansion, but she is a special piece in that display case. I actually call her the greeter of the office and keeper of the display case.
1 second while I reset.
Our crew just had a paranormal encounter.
Well, his equipment just died, and that tends to happen when paranormal energy comes in contact with your electronics. Where he's standing, it is kind of significant that he would say that that happened, because on our tours, we highlight that space because right there in front of that door, there were 2 men that actually were shot dead in that space in 1883 when they tried to rob the vault.
No joke.
What is If you're not a believer, we just made you a believer just now.
Right in that spot.
In the middle.
Right there in front of that door.
Wow, this room is beautiful. Where are we at now?
This is actually the Mackay Mansion Parlor. This room was a very important room back then. Back in the 1800s, they didn't have mortuaries like we do today. So the specific reason for a parlor was actually used for displaying your dead and doing those kinds of things, which this room was probably used for at one time or another. But it was also used for gatherings, card playing, those kinds of things. So it was a multi-purpose room.
During my research, I've noticed that there is some paranormal activity that has happened here at the mansion.
Correct.
And that there's a specific maid that kind of roams this area named Harriet. Can you tell me a little bit about her?
Yes, Harriet does roam the Mackay Mansion. She is one of our resident spirits. She was a longtime maid of the Mackeys and worked at the Mackay Mansion. We're not really sure if she actually had perished here or not, but she likes to linger, likes to hang out. On our tours, she's been seen in this particular room, as well as the office, as well as upstairs and on the staircases. So she does like to come around. As tour guides, we actually have the opportunity to kind of maintain the Mackay Mansion by dusting, those kinds of things. That's when she tends to show herself if we're not doing a very good job. I think she's making it known that we need to kind of step up our game and do better at dusting and cleaning. So we kind of take that as a hint.
Well, she even does her job in the afterlife.
Absolutely. She sure does. Yep, absolutely.
After seeing no signs of Harriet, we decided to make our way upstairs to hear more ghost stories.
We've also had a couple of children's spirits on the staircase as well. They tend to appear and tend to run up and down the steps. We have Lily and we have Emma.
So 2 girls?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct. And they love going up and down those stairs. Okay, and this is what we refer to as our creepy doll room. On our tours, we actually do tell people about this room and some of the dolls that we've acquired in here. They do tend to have some personalities.
Do they move around?
Some of them do. Some of them do. We've actually had people on tours actually see some of them move. This particular doll right there in the chair that you see, that is Anne. And there's times where the chair has been completely turned around. You can come over here and see it right now facing us, but you can come back later and it will be completely turned around facing the other direction. Why, we have no idea.
Okay, well, let's move on to the next room.
All right, let's go. Right now we're entering Mr. Mackey's master suite. Back then they actually had separate bedrooms but conjoining doors. And right now we're entering into Mrs. Mackey's master suite.
Wow, this is beautiful.
And this is, this is her space. And this is where she would have resided and spent her time when she was here. We've tried to make it as authentic as possible for people who come on the tours so they get an idea of what it was like back in that time period. But if you're really wanting to look at something that's original to the Mackay Mansion, there is one more thing I have to show you.
I would love to.
All right, well, let's go.
Okay. Wait, you took me all the way over here for a toilet?
Correct.
This is the big deal?
Yes.
Okay, so why?
To speak about original, that is original to the Mackay Mansion. When George Hearst built this house, he included the first indoor plumbing bathroom on the West Coast.
On the West Coast, that is huge.
And it includes this toilet, which is very special. We highlight this on our tours because the design on the toilet itself, as well as the inside, is actually real gold leaf paint. So it's super valuable. And we always, like I said, highlight it on the tours and tell people, hey, you're gonna look at the Mackay throne. And that's pretty much what that is.
The throne is the toilet because it's worth so much money.
Correct.
So I understand we're not the only television show to come here. Ghost Adventures has been here, and who else?
One of the other shows that have been here is actually Dead Files with the Travel Channel. So those two shows have actually come here and filmed and have done investigations here as well. And both Ghost Adventures and Dead Files have kind of put us on the map. That's how people kind of find us.
And for those of you watching at home right now,
If you want to learn more about the Mackay Mansion, make sure you visit their website and book your tours ahead of time so you can meet some of Nevada's oldest spirits. Until next time, I'm Samantha Cheung. Spirit of Nevada is proudly brought to you by Richard Harris Law Firm. For more information, visit richardharrislaw.com. Watch new episodes of Spirit of Nevada on the channels listed below.